Hey everyone, welcome to the Coffee Run Live. I don't know why this isn't working. I'm trying to do a flip of the screen thing. Are you guys seeing? Who's seeing what I'm seeing, B2? Oh, it's really annoying. So I've got my... I wanted a neon sign for on my wall, and I thought that, and I decided that I wanted to have all of the things. I want a neon sign for this, and I want a neon sign for this, and I want a neon sign for that, and so on and so forth. And I was like, right, well, how about instead of doing a neon sign for all of the things, I'll actually just get a TV, and then I can do all of the things, but it comes up like this, which is really annoying. And all of my, I don't know, for those of you who do Facebook Lives through your business page at the moment, it's like all of the settings just don't freaking work. It's really weird. So anyway, there we go. You can see Who Runs the World is on there. You're very, very clever. I know that you guys can read backwards. www.nicolamoras.com.au/Who Runs the World. It's funny, my son was just in here and he's gone, Mum, you're Apple TVing on there. And I said, yes. And he said, who runs the world? Mum. I said, yes, you got it, mate. You got it. So that's not really what I wanted to talk with you about today, although it is an amazing program. We start on Tuesday. We run for 7 whole days, not whole days. We run for 7 days, and it's all about kickstarting your ass into 2020 so that you can turn up with your badass rock star energy, absolutely own it, and, run the world being your world, right? And I think this is something that a lot of us can become, we kind of forget that I know I have in the past, is like we can forget that we're in the driver's seat. We can forget that actually we do have the ability to do anything that it is that we want. We don't have to do it the way, or the way that they, with a capital T, the way that they tell you to do it. You can absolutely do it in your way, with your vibe, and doing things in the way that you want to do it. And, thinking about it, I think a lot of it comes about because, a lot of people are in fear. In fear that it's not going to work, in fear that, how they're going to be judged, how they're going to say what they're going to say, and all of that kind of thing. And what I was thinking about, with all of this, is that we often forget that the big talk in the marketing world and the internet marketing world with a lot of business coaches and things like that is, who's your niche? And who is it that you're going to market to, and things like that. And I think it's a valid question because a lot of people haven't thought about it, and it's a very important question that you need to be able to answer, but not necessarily in the way that they would perhaps talk to you and tell you to do it. For many of us, it would make our lives easier if we could just bring in people who are kind of similar to us, right? Who are driven, motivated, fun, happy, and, all of that kind of thing, right? Who are implementers, who are motivated, who are total badasses. Hey, Georgina. I remember drawing a bit of a line. I've talked about drawing lines in the sand a lot in this last week, and it's an interesting common theme that seems to have happened. I'm just realizing this now through many different decisions that I've made along the way. One of them being around niche, and I've just gone, you know what? I only want to work with people that I like. That's something that I decided, and I've kind of flip-flopped around that thought, that dream, that desire for a really long time, up until maybe 18 months ago, where I'm like, you know what? If I don't like them, I don't care how much money they want to throw at me. Fuck it, I'm not doing it, right? It's just, if I don't like the human, it's a no-go. And, at one point I felt like that I might be, obviously like canceling out a whole bunch of people in the world who, number one, I might not like, and maybe they don't like me, and I'm not going to work with people who don't like me. So for instance, on our 6 a.m. Call this morning with clients, it was like we were breaking into songs for musical theatre. And it's like, I can be serious and professional when it's called for and when the time is right and, you know, all of that kind of thing. But other times I'm like, life is a fucking musical. We should be singing we should be singing at all times, at every opportunity. Could you imagine being in musical theatre or like a daytime soap? And it's like, oh, Ridge, I just don't know what to do. Extra dramatic and all of that kind of thing, you know, over exaggerated arms and everything. I'm like, that would be freaking amazing. That would be so much fun. I think it would be so much fun. Although the thought of having to learn lines has been my downfall and was my downfall at school in drama. Put me on stage and let me, you know, do my thing. But having to learn lines, it's like, ugh, it's so boring. So anyway, maybe that was just the plays that I was in, the drama productions I was in. So anyway, whole different thing. So I guess at the end of the day, like the people that I work with and that I want to work with are people who I like and who like me, right? They are people who legitimately I would hang out with. Like if I knew they were in town, I'd be mortified if they didn't message me and say, hey, like, do you want to catch up for a coffee? Or like, I'm in town, can we have dinner? I'd be mortified if that didn't happen. So, you know, they're the kinds of people that I work with, which is a very different conversation to getting into a demographic of how old are they? How many children do they have? What part of the world do they live in? Are they married? What kind of car do they drive? What kind of books do they read? What kind of magazines do they read? What TV shows do they watch? Now, I'm not saying that none of that is not important, all of that is not important, because it is important sometimes to kind of give you a bit of a head start. But a lot of people get so caught up in the ones and zeros, if you like, of trying to make it right. You know, trying to get their niche right, trying to get the demographic right, trying to get the age of them right, trying to get their problems right, trying to get, you know, their life story right. When really the thing that they're like, the people who are your people, the people who you are going to love working with, who are going to love working with you, are probably people who are similar to you, but maybe you know, 3, 4, 5, 10, 1 years ago, right? And I think like if you can look at it that way, then you're going to have a lot more enjoyment doing the work. It's going to make your marketing so much freaking easier because you don't have to, you know, and this is what I used to do. I wouldn't be, there's no way you go back, 5 years ago that I would sing on a live stream. There is no way that I would be delivering the trainings that I'm delivering now and doing them in such a relaxed way while still delivering great content, of course. Because I'd be worried that, you know, about perhaps what people might think or whatever, where these days I'm like, you know, take it or leave it and, you know, whatever you think is your issue, not mine. So I suppose the really big lesson here for you guys, when it comes to you thinking about your audience is going to resonate with you for who you are. First and foremost, they're going to connect with you. They'll connect with your energy. They'll connect with your content. They'll connect with the way that you help them solve problems. So who are the people that you really want to work with? What do they look like? What do they sound like? What do they do? What kind of personality do they have? What kind of behavioral traits do they have? Are they a little bit OCD? Do they really love things being neat and in order? Or are they a completely disorganized mess and they freaking love it? You know, what kind of traits and qualities do your people have? You can go into if you're advertising, then you might need to go and have a look at the kinds of people they're following, the magazines they're reading, and perhaps books they're reading and buying. But for the most part, if we think about it, people are drawn in based on your energy. And it's kind of like, who runs the world, right? So who runs the world is all about you being able to kind of like step in to your ultimate rock star energy, so that you can communicate and market from a place of certainty, so that you can communicate and market from a place of authenticity, so that you can be like, yeah, you know, this is who I am, this is what I do, this is who I'm here to serve. And we don't even pay, is it like hide in a hair? Is that what you say? to anybody who, you know, chooses to have an opinion about how you are, who you are, or whatever else. Like, it's just about you going, you know, here I am, bring it on, babes. You know, I'm here to help. This is how I'm going to do that. Come hell or high water, you're leading from you. The people that I have seen and spoken to, the most successful people that I've had the absolute privilege and honor of, number one, either working with, working beside, or who I've mentored, the thing that has made every single one of them successful has been getting out of the rigidity around trying to be like someone in order to bring in a particular kind of client. So you've just got to be you. So that's how you can choose your niche. So I think, like, if you think about who they are, what they're like, what their personality's like, what problems do they have, what are they going through in their life and in their world, offer them a solution. Like, obviously you have to be the solution for them. You know, how can you help them move forward? Get that out, and it will make your marketing and everything else, your visibility efforts, your content creation, the imagery that you use, everything becomes a whole shit ton easier. So there you go, my friends. I am going to bid you adieu. Have a fabulous and amazing day. Get out there, go help some people. Be amazing. Remember, the world is ready for your brand of awesomeness, and we are ready to have you in to Who Runs the World, that is starting on Tuesday. Running for 7 whole days, kickstarting your ass into 2020 so you can freaking own it. All right, everyone, have a great day. Get out there, be amazing, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.